Join me as I take on the challenge of debunking some of the most popular vampire myths and reveal the surprising truths behind these legendary creatures. Vampires have captivated human imagination for centuries, and it's easy to see why. From Bram Stoker's Dracula to modern takes like Twilight, vampire folklore has been a staple of popular culture. But how much of what we think we know about vampires is actually based in fact? Let's face it, many people believe that vampires are undead creatures that can turn into bats, wolves, or even mist at will. We're often led to believe that they're repelled by garlic, holy water, and crucifixes, and that they can only be killed with a stake through the heart. But where did these ideas come from, and are they really rooted in history? Take the notion that vampires are repelled by garlic, for instance. This belief likely originated from ancient cultures that used garlic to ward off evil spirits or demons. It wasn't until the 18th century that garlic became specifically tied to vampires, likely due to its strong smell and reputation for having healing properties. Another myth is that vampires are weakened by running water, a belief that may have stemmed from ancient pagan rituals that involved purification by water. Despite what popular culture would have you believe, there's no historical evidence to support the idea that vampires can shapeshift into animals or transform into mist. These abilities were likely added to the vampire mythology through folklore and literature. And then there's the notion that vampires are immortal, a concept that was popularized by John Polidori's 1819 short story The Vampire, which influenced later writers like Bram Stoker. In medieval Europe, people did believe in the existence of blood-drinking creatures, but these were often associated with witchcraft or demonic possession. The idea that vampires need to drink blood to survive likely originated from the ancient Greeks' notion of the lamia, a demonic creature that preyed on young children. The need for blood became a central aspect of vampire lore, but it was often tied to specific rituals and beliefs about the afterlife. One of the most surprising truths about vampire myths is that they have roots in real-life medical conditions. In the 18th century, a disease known as porphyria was often misdiagnosed as vampirism. Sufferers of porphyria exhibit sensitivity to sunlight, pale skin, and in some cases, receding gums, all of which were taken as proof of vampirism. This highlights how myth and reality often blur, and how our understanding of vampires has evolved over time. In fact, some historians believe that the legend of Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Dracula, may have been exaggerated or invented to discredit the historical figure and justify his brutal reputation. This challenges our common perception of vampires as bloodthirsty monsters, and instead, reveals a complex web of myth-making and historical reinterpretation. In this video, we've explored the misconceptions surrounding vampires, delved into specific myths, and revealed some surprising truths behind these legendary creatures. From garlic to sunlight, we've seen how our understanding of vampires has evolved over time, influenced by folklore, literature, and even medical conditions. Thanks for watching, and if you have a favorite vampire myth or legend, be sure to share it with me in the comments below. And if you want to see more myth-busting videos, be sure to check out my other content.